Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast, and tonight we got a very special episode with the one and only CJE. I'm about to send a link for him to come, and we can get on with the podcast, with the interview, and whatsoever. This is gonna be a very fun night to the fan base. Cannot wait. If you're watching it live, if you're watching it after the day on the YouTube channel, it's still gonna be a great episode. Can't wait for y'all to Can't wait to begin it. Just sent it, so he should be coming on in a few moments. We just uploaded a great episode of TWF, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but we had a pretty good match, pretty good segments. And the Masked Man, the longest reigning TWF World Champion, has he returned right before Final for Gold. So what the hell is gonna happen? Who knows? What's up, CJE?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
Going good.
That's
Thanks for
good.
thanks for coming on to the show. Like like
Dude,
we always begin up the episode of the Oh Yeah podcast. Let me get your catchphrase in.
oh yeah. Just give me 1 second. I can't believe I forgot to do that when I came in here. 1 second. Welcome to CJE. That is Cameron Jackson Entertainment, your number one stop in entertainment for your backyard wrestling fix. I am your founder, your chairman, your CEO, and goddamn, oh so blessed CJE heavyweight champion of the world, the brother man with the master plan, brother Cam. And thank you, Kid Rick, for having me here live on the Ooh Yeah podcast. Thank you.
And my name is Mister. Oh yeah, Mister. Fighting for gold, Mister. Steal your spotlight, and tonight is a very special night because the one, the only, the man, CJE is here with us. Can't thank you enough. Every time I have BYW superstars on here, it's always a good feeling. Like I have Money Make Off from WWT, DIW's Disaster, BWE's Self Maverick, and now in my opinion, one of the most entertaining BYW superstars, CJE.
And I appreciate it. And it's an honor to actually be on somebody else's show, for once. It's not every day that I get asked to do that. So I'm thankful for that. And I really appreciate you having me. That does mean a lot.
Thanks, man. I'm a, I'm really not. Every time I get on here with the OEO podcast, I don't really do much but ask questions, some BS questions.
Ain't
But
nothing wrong with it.
you go ahead, man.
I said, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Do you? I'm just here for the ride. I'm the guest.
All right, man. I'm gonna start off. What type of TV shows do you like?
Man, what type of TV shows do I like? That's a good question. Any wrestling fan would say Monday Night Raw, but that's actually not my favorite show. My favorite show is Law and Order, SVU. That just is so entertaining. Like, you wouldn't think a guy that does, nice bright side comedy like myself would be into a show that displays such dark images, but I love that shit. I don't know why, but I love it. You know what it is? It's because it's everything that I'm not. And I was able to incorporate some of that stuff into some of the CJE family. So it's a good
I
show.
mean, how like ironically, uh, basically for the we off for Thanksgiving right now, and for my school, and basically this whole weekend that what I've been watching SUV, and like you said, it's a very entertaining show, very violent, but I mean, it's phenomenal. what your take on how NXT versus the WWE? Like, what are the differences they having right now?
Believe it or not, I'm always gonna be a WWE fan through and through. I know NXT is obviously a part of the WWE, but
Yeah,
I like the pure product that the WWE puts out more. The thing about NXT is that it really only appeals to one fan group, and that's the people that love to see just plain, not plain, but just over the top wrestling, which is good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
phenomenal.
that
Yeah,
it's just
Ju-
that you need more than in-ring skills to appeal to everybody, and things that appeal to me is things that can come from all aspects. So like the biggest example, great wrestler, great entertainer, Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? Like, guy, that's a WWE guy. That never he if he was just debuting in this time, they wouldn't even put him in NXT. They just would have put him on the main roster. That's just how he is. He appeals to different groups rather than just the people that come there to shout the name of the show rather than the name of the person in the ring. You know.
uh, yeah, man. Shoot, I had all right, what your take on Apollo Cruz?
He is actually though, from NXT. He's one of my favorites. And I'm not going to deny it. Any other wrestler of African American descent will sit here and tell you that he's just a great wrestler to try to not seem biased. It's just like as a black guy, it is pretty cool to see somebody that can move around like that, and it's just got a positive attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he very entertaining. He be moving the crowd and uh also CJE. When do you believe there has not been a lot of WWE champions at African Americans?
Well, there really haven't been any sole WWE champions that are African Americans. The only exception is The Rock, and he's half Samoan. I don't know. I can't sit here and say something because maybe a future with me and the WWE is there. I don't know. You know what I mean? To a lot of people, it's like, yeah, he'll never make it. But to me, it's still a dream. So I can't really put blame on why there hasn't been. But I can, look forward to the future and say maybe there will be soon. You know.
I hope like because Apollo he could be one of the next guys to win it. But I mean when I used to watch, I still do watch WWE, but Kofi Kingston he had an amazing rivalry with one of the top superstar Randy Orton, and how he got done with the rivalry. But rivalry he never pushed for the world title, the WWE title. He was still in the mid card. It seemed like Kofi went so high, but for some reason they did not push him to that because, my opinion, he was one of the great entertainers for them, but he just never got the push. It, it made no sense to me because he
Well,
has such.
at
Go,
that
man.
time, Kofi Kingston. This is why I can understand why the WWE didn't push him. Because at that time, Kofi Kingston was a great in-ring talent, and he had his first serious rivalry. But the thing that people don't seem to get, is the follow-up. Like, you can have the reaction to all one rivalry. If it doesn't carry over with you, then you don't get the opportunity. Like, Kofi Kingston, he had that great, awesome feud with Randy Orton, but then after that, the next time you saw Kofi, it was just a regular dead crowd reaction again. Only time they cheered at was the damn pyro when he went boom, boom, boom. Um, and I can understand why that. And plus, that was a character to where it was just you're trying to push him as all serious, no fun. Like, they just tried to change Kofi too quick. Like, one week he's all happy, playing around with the crowd and fans and having all this interaction. And the next week he's just out there, stale face, like, I just didn't get it. So, I mean, the rivalry was great, but Kofi's a lot better now. Definitely better now than he was ever before.
Definitely with New Day, with Elijah, Big E, they are very entertaining to watch. one of the most only reason to watch War now is because of them. Because you never know what New Day gonna do. Also, how do you feel about Goldust returning?
That was pretty cool. I don't I was born in the damn early '90s. 1993. So it's it was pretty damn cool. Um, I grew up watching Goldust, and that's when it wasn't PG. It was, you could do a lot more, and Goldust was at his freakiest at those times, and like I'd be scared, literally scared. I was more scared of Goldust than I was the Undertaker and Kane, as a kid, and I was just like, Goldust is coming to touch me. That's what I thought. Um, Obviously, it never happened, but it's always good to see Goldust. It's just something that you respect as a fan. To see a veteran come back and still be as good as he's ever been. So that's just great.
Yeah, it's but one of the things like when I saw him, I thought Survivor Series wasn't about to do that well because the last pay per view was boring. Almost fell asleep during it. But for some reason, Survivor Series caught me off guard. That pre-show match, I watched it. That 6 minute, no, traditional tag match with Goldust. When he came out, I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at my phone, looked up. Oh, Goldust in the room. What? They're like, oh, like just half my bro. He ain't did nothing yet. Just it's sad though, and I was like, I just can't believe he finally returned. And hopefully now he and Cody or Stardust, they can get that match that I've been waiting for. I don't know why I've been waiting for that match, but WWE need to get that match done. Rick, I want to see that one-on-one contest. That's gonna be a great match, in my opinion. Hopefully, it'll be a great match. Right now, look at the roster right now. WrestleMania season is about to be upon us, and what do we get right now as fans? We ain't really get that many people. Do you hear about Cesaro?
What'd you say? Sorry.
Do you hear about Cesaro?
Um, no.
Shoot. Let me see. Let me think about it. Cesaro got. I don't know how he got hurt, but then his leg or his arm, and now he gonna be out for like 4 to 6 months, I believe.
That
And
sucks. I like Cesaro. World class wrestling talent. He definitely is. But maybe in the time off he can, work on his mic skills and whatnot.
Yeah.
So hopefully, there's opportunity for Cesaro. It's just he's still got to evolve. He's still got to make that full circle to go get it.
hopefully, because I wanted him to win the tournament. He got out. Then I wanted KO to win. Then he got put out. And then Roman won. I really didn't care. Then Sheamus came out. It shocked me, but yeah, he is a great heel. But I think we need the daily fan needs something new or better, in my opinion.
I don't get why so many people hate Roman Reigns. It's not like people are, it really, if the WWE is not shoving Roman Reigns down anybody's throats. I don't know where people are coming up with that. The thing is, like, if anybody was shoved down our throats, it was Seth Rollins. In every episode of Raw he was on every hour, whether it be backstage or in the ring. Sometimes he wrestled twice. I mean, like and the people will say, oh, well, he was a champion. He should have been showcased. All right, well, that's great. There's a lot of people before then that weren't champion. There's people that won't hold gold ever again that still get more airtime than Roman Reigns. And they say Roman Reigns is shoved down your throat. I'm like, are you kidding me? Just because. And the funny thing is, like, they're all two-faced. It's because, like, it's the same people, not anybody personally, but in general, it's the same people that were cheering Roman Reigns when he won the Superstar of the Year, but then when he won the Royal Rumble, they booed him. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just never got it.
I,
And
like, when I was like watching, like we didn't have the what called network at the time, but that next Monday night they had that snow out. Uh, the and they had a little that Seth Rollins, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar match, and then they showed a little Royal Rumble match.
yeah,
Only thing I watched was the that foot per foot match, and I didn't care because I did not want to see that match because I didn't want to see Roman win the match. I don't know why. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, but I don't want to say I'm a hater towards him. But I mean, I don't. The fans gonna pick who they want to succeed. Like the people, like Daniel Bryan, one of the biggest underdogs who ever came into the WWE. And the minute I saw him on NXT, as I hope if for hopefully he'll win that tournament, that NXT thing. But he got I'm getting off topic. He was one of the bigger underdogs, and he became a WWE World Heavyweight Champion because of the fans, because all that how hard he worked for it and how he earned it basically, and he finally got it. And now the fan that was one of the fans' top superstars, and now he hurt and he out, and we can't chill for him. Now John Cena, I'm not a John Cena fan either, but I'm out here hard work into the ring. Cause he do put on the best. You watch a pay per view, he and the main event always the two of the best matches on the card usually. Now he ain't down no more, and now we got who we got left at the main talent, and that is Roman, Dean, maybe Sheamus. Who else? Maybe KO. Cause like I told the animal the other day, right now like, when I heard about Cesaro get hurt, I told her my boy, man, they need to make an NXT invasion so it would be entertaining, something to be entertaining to watch.
the
NXT taking over WWE, that would be something fun to watch. But
the
right
only
now, the content wise for WWE is not that entertaining. But I will always tune in for SmackDown because that show where I grew up on, we did not have Monday Night Raw back when I had television, whatever. On CW, we had a CW, and we watched SmackDown every Thursday or Friday night. I'm gonna ask you a question. What was the first memory of pro wrestling? Do you remember the first time you caught pro wrestling?
the first time I ever watched it was a long time ago, too long ago to remember exactly. But the first thing I can remember from being young, I'd say I was about. I remember watching this segment when D-Generation X. Well, no, I actually remember the night X-Pac jumped from WCW back to the WWE and joined DX. And then, as time went on, I remember watching and watching and watching, and I see New Age Outlaws. Like, DX was one of my favorite groups of all time, but my favorite wrestler of all time. I have two, which is The Rock and Ric Flair. But the
Woo!
exactly, I saw DX mock the Nation of Domination, and I was fully hooked from that point. And then furthermore, you couldn't deny that at that time when I was growing up, they had the best characters ever, like the best gimmicks, characters, whatever you guys want to call them. That's exactly what they were. You had X-Pac, pretty much. He was a degenerate more than Triple H and Shawn Michaels ever was. You had Road Dogg, the hip hop cowboy, pretty much. You had Billy Gunn, obsessed with his ass. You had China, an Amazonian freaking brick house. You had Triple H, the leader of a bunch of degenerates, yet self greedy son of a bitch. But he could always back up what he did. Like it's just they're the best gimmicks of all time. The Rock, larger than life personality, talks to himself in the third person, funny as can be, and can damn sure lay the smack down anybody's candy ass. Stone Cold Steve Austin, outlaw, don't give a fuck. The Undertaker, man, Dark Side Rules. Kane, burnt in the fire. Vince McMahon, power obsessed boss. Shane McMahon, money obsessed boss. You know, it's just nuts. Um, Everybody at that time had a noticeable character. Like there's characters today that you say their name and you can only name a move that they do. Back then, you can name them, their personality. Like if I was sitting down and I was a kid and I went to school and I looked in, I always used to talk about wrestling with my friends and I'd be like, hey, did you see that? Did you see Raw last night, or better yet, SmackDown? Because SmackDown was Thursday at that time. So like we went in, I'd be like, it'd be Friday, and like, did you see SmackDown? And yeah, did you see what the APA did? Yeah, we'd be laughing our asses off. Rikishi shoving his ass in people's faces. It was just the best time. I can't recall any other time better than that where the characters were so relatable and just they were just on fire. Everybody had a character, and if you didn't have a character back then, you just weren't in the WWE. That's just how it was.
Absolutely true. But do you believe the Attitude Era had the best wrestling during the era, or was it just talking based?
I will say it had the most appreciated wrestling because now the wrestling aspect of it is so normal that it doesn't matter now. You know what I mean? It's just like, people say, like Roman versus Dean at Survivor Series in the Attitude Era would have been a 5-star match and sold out. But nowadays, they're like, oh, that match sucked. It don't matter. It's still a decent damn match. It got you watched to the end of it, didn't you?
It was a good match.
The thing is, the thing is, like, match. It's not wrestling. Like, I seen a video, and everybody else had to have seen it. Wrestling is everything but wrestling. Like, that's exactly what it is. And at that time, you had very appreciative wrestling because also while you had the WWE guys doing everything they can entertainment-wise, you had the WCW guys trying to top the WWE with the WWE, with entertainment. And then you had the ECW guys, and people give ECW a bad rep because those were the most phenomenal wrestlers at the time. Like you've seen Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko. Holy crap. Now that was a freaking match. Like that match is probably the best match I've ever seen.
What about
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Like you talk about Eddie Guerrero and Dean DAmico. What about Jerry Lynn and RVD, Walt Van Dam? They had a lot of great matches too. Like ECW was very underrated back then. And like ECW could put down matches against anybody and win, in my opinion. But only they didn't have what called the money or the networks. They didn't have
the production value either.
Yeah.
And they did, but you know what they did come up with? And there's a certain person, if you ever watch UWE and you hear Del Peppers, on commentary, and obviously I played Del Peppers, and you see somebody locking in submission, and all you hear is Del Pepper goes, "Oh my God, that is the Ka-Ta-Ha-Jame!" It's a transmission if you didn't know. That's exactly what it is. I got that from ECW. Joey Styles said that first. By the way, Suplex City didn't start at WrestleMania. Suplex City started when they named every suplex a certain man did a Tazplex. You know what I mean? That's just exactly what it is. But hey,
man, they ECW was like they are the what called the they ain't trying to find what to say they are the kid at school that nobody hangs around. Like they do their own thing, but then somebody else does it popular, and they oh my God, that is just so amazing. But then that guy over there on the thing, over on the left, he looking like oh, he just following the crowd now. He just following the crowd, and like they copy, not I don't say copy, but they did more with it because they had more established fan base. But they basically based that stuff around ECW without all of it, because ECW were fucking crazy to say the least. With all the shit they did, but
Yeah.
they had copy a lot of that stuff,
Oh
like
yeah. No.
hardcore.
And believe it or not, they copied a lot of their stuff and they took a lot of their superstars, a lot of their talent. They took a lot of ECW talent way back when, but you know, at that time I was a kid, I didn't know. I mean, yeah, I heard that from hearing Paul Heyman go off. that's how I know. But that's just the way of the business, though. I mean, at the time, like you said, going back to the question, the wrestling value, maybe not the absolute best crisp wrestling. There were still 5-star matches here and there when it mattered. It wasn't like every match had to be a 5-star match, because now if every match is a 5-star match, there's no point in building a feud. You know, at that time, they focused more on Raw and SmackDown with building and advancing a feud. Then when the pay-per-view came, then they tried to give you a 5-star match, because that's when it mattered. That's when people needed to see a 5-star match, the Ultimate Showdown. Nowadays, people go on Raw and try to like do 30-minute matches every time they get in the ring. And it's just like, oh my God, this show is getting harder and harder to watch. I'm not in this for the moves. I am not. You know what I mean? Like, I watch it for the entertainment value, not for the moves. And that doesn't mean in some wrestling is entertainment. You know what I mean? I understand that. But at the same time, I truly hate, like, people started bitching and moaning when there'd be more promos than matches on Raw. And to an extent, I understand them. But then to an extent, I'm like, well, what if it were the other way around? What if there were way more matches than promos, and you got to the pay-per-view? Pay-per-view wouldn't be different than Monday Night Raw. The pay-per-view wouldn't be must see at all, because you've seen these motherfuckers kill each other all goddamn week. It's just I, I don't know. I feel like people focusing on the actual wrestling kind of takes away from building an actual 5-star match with a person. You know what I mean? Because if every match is a 5-star match, then no match is a 5-star match, and the fan standards get way too high. Then you force these people who leave their fucking families home most of the year. You force these people that got to eat, sleep in hotel rooms and shit most of the year to do things that their body can't do, aka a Cesaro, aka a Seth Rollins. And then guess what? They get put on the shelf and get to miss WrestleMania because they're trying to top their last performance, which is a great self goal. But guess what? At the end of the day, what is that doing now? Now you had your WWE champion. Well, who was your WWE champion? He's off screen. You had a lot of people, a great wrestler that people like, Cesaro, off screen. Orton, he's a bit injury prone, so I understand that. You got people just going on the shelf left and right, and now you're gonna have to wait to see that 5-star match, because when they do come back, they're gonna take it easy. They're not gonna fucking kill themselves. They're gonna come back. They're gonna work on their character. You're gonna see them doing the things that they usually don't do, which is cutting actual, promos, digging more into their actual character. And when the pay-per-view comes, then you're gonna see that 5-star performance, because then it's worth it. That's just how it is.
True. Who do you believe gonna have a louder pop and when they return, Cesaro or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is he's a great talent. I mean, and he got booed on screen sometimes. He was at the time, I guess, top heel in the company. So he's definitely gonna get a bigger pop when he comes back. Even especially if it's against Roman Reigns, he's definitely gonna get a huge pop.
Almost guaranteed.
I mean, Cesaro's gonna get a very good reception too. Don't get me wrong, but Seth Rollins is gonna get the bigger pop.
Yeah. Do you like that? I'm gonna ask you about some BYW question later, but do you like that Undertaker match with at Survivor Series?
Hell yeah, I liked it. A lot of people, there's like I said, their standards are too high. Undertaker's I like to call Undertaker the OG. This is what he is. He's the OG. Um, his rivalries are based more off of building the story, and then the match is telling the story. Um, that's what hooks me. That's what I can watch. That's what's easier for me to understand. It's great for me to like get my mind into. It's like an emotional ride. It was just a feel good moment to see, a person I've been watching ever since I was a kid just fucking clean house, especially with Kane, the most underrated wrestler of all time. So hey,
And he won the most not he won the most underrated wrestlers and one of the most underrated entertainers too. Cause he
yeah,
put on a lot of great promos, segments, whatever. When he on screen, he very entertaining. Like when he did it with Daniel Bryan, how with the Team Hell No, when it was Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Kane, the Kang and the Hulkamaniacs, the people, the millions, and the Kanga Knights. Kane had always been one of the best entertainers when he was messing with leader. That was very entertaining. We name almost anything he did over his career and entertain like if he was talking on the microphone or what he was doing on the microphone, it was great. When he was inside the ring, it was great because Kane. I don't get why he underrated. Like why he not as popular as Undertaker, but
well,
like in my opinion, go
because
man.
Kane was. I mean, I know why he's not as popular as the Undertaker, but there's not too many people that are. So like when Kane was also brought in as an add-on to the Undertaker character, more so rather than just a different character. Kane became a separated character, after he killed the Undertaker 3 times, finally. But it took that long, and he did it. I mean, I understand why some things didn't gain traction as fast, but Kane also, yeah, like I said, like you said, he's a great entertainer. I mean, his first words were "suck it," like he had the things. It was just great. Oh well, he didn't even have that. X Pac said, "You don't need this thing anymore," and he took the mic and said, "Suck it." It was just great. Um, but there's not too many people that ever will be as respected and well known as the Undertaker, and that's because the Undertaker's been doing this for a long time. He is the only still active WWE superstar from that time frame. So I mean, I gotta, I can't knock the man. It's
uh,
and Kane though, but Kane deserves a lot more than he has been given. You are right. He's very underrated for some reason, unbeknownst to me. The man's especially he's a tag team specialist, a single specialist, a former WWE champion. You name it, man. He's pretty much done it. The only thing he hasn't done, which he should have been given a while back, was a Royal Rumble win. But hey, uh, you know, I, I can't write WWE. I can just sit back and watch it and be a fan.
true. Some BYW questions. Right now, what company is your most favorite to watch? Well, you can just like turn it on and sit back and watch.
That's a tough one. Um, there's a couple. It's not like I have one set favorite. Um, there's always some that stand out more because I've been there and I've been, it's just it's a respect thing, and it's me being brutally honest. It's not going to be I'm not going to sit here and just sugarcoat shit. It's being honest. The thing is, like, VTW has a special place in my heart because they best in the art, the magic, and how just open those guys have been accepting me. I'm accepting them. It's just been always cool. Um, APW is the same way, even though it looks like me and those guys sometimes don't get along. Like we're all pretty tight. Um, I even watch a little bit of DRW. Lately I've been watching BEW from up in Newburgh, New York. Great. They're awesome. Navon Jeff Jarrett McDonald. That's where I think he is. But he's a cool dude. They're very cool people, and those are the ones I can just sit down and be like, "Yo, this is great," and I won't skip ahead. I'll watch the whole thing, so it's always been a good thing. Those are the ones. So I'm going to say if I have to name four, it'd be VTW, APW, DRW, and BEW from New York, of course.
Uh, what about? Let me ask you this question. As you came up with at the top of my mind, what company do you believe is like? You could say a BYW company is just like a Monday Night War or WWE at whole, like at what they do, like with series, what call episodes, keep going with episode weekly by weekly by weekly, and put on pay-per-views non-stop too. Do you think any company is just like the WWE right now?
Right now, at the very moment, no. But like I said, there was two that stood out the most. I'm not going to say VTW because the Vindication thing is still rolling on. They just started with the Vindication, which is a great show. You guys should check it out. Um,
I
but
do every Saturday. If it uploaded, I always check it out because very entertaining to watch.
that's
Go ahead,
awesome.
man.
But the two that would definitely deliver weekly would be the UWE, and we tried so hard with the series leading into this and that. Storylines were, for the most part, grand. In APW, they did that same thing Mondays at noon, and it was great. That I'm not saying that we put the most into our stuff because you can't negate anybody's effort, but we definitely go an extra mile to our own extent. You know what I mean? To our own respect. Like the UWE, and trust me, there's sometimes I don't even know how the UWE is still here, honestly. But I will say, in the nicest way that when it came down to putting together a full show, we managed to get it done. And when it came down to putting together a storyline, we managed to get it done. I personally think that the UWE puts together the best storylines in BYW. But other people are gonna have their opinions. That's just pride, and that's all that is. And it's no disrespect to anybody. Um, because for a while we were the only people putting together storylines in BYW. There was just other people, not naming any names, it's nothing personal, but there are people that just wrestled event to event, or there's people that did episodes way back when. And it's just like, the fuck are they doing? you know and there's people like and I will say APW as well. They build stuff, and once it gets to that point of build, they do have it open up and unravel, and whether they advance or cut it there, they do a good job with it. BTW is doing the same thing now, with the Vindications. So I mean, those are my top bet. And BEW too in New York, they do the same thing. And it's always entertaining to watch. So hey,
I haven't even heard of that company until that tournament they've been doing now on FNW, but I watch it. Very entertaining. But uh, who who the most like which company is the most underrated like product wise? What called matches when they put on like who do you believe is the most underrated company?
the most underrated company as far as match value, or is a full show. It depends.
For
Match.
show, for
Oh,
show.
as far as a full show, um, it's tough because then there's people that have tons of subscribers and not as well known in the community, and there's people who don't have the subscribers, not as well known in the community, who put on a damn good show. Um, I don't know, and the whole tournament thing, like I choose not to vote in it because I don't want don't get me wrong, it's a good deed, good gesture, and I have nothing against it. It's just I'm definitely not going to be voting in that because the last thing I need is somebody saying, "Well, he voted for them instead of us," and I don't need that shit. So,
Com-
but I don't
completely
know.
understand, man.
I think as far as full show, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot of people that are
I,
underrated. I can't just name one because if I name one, everybody's gonna check out that one and forget the other ones that I didn't name. So I can't name it. I'm just gonna say advice to those who don't get the attention that they should. Just keep going. Like after a while, they're not gonna have a choice but to notice. Especially, all it takes is that one time, that one person to catch your video and then say, "Yo," and he tells this guy to check it out, and he tells that person to check it out. What happened with me? So just keep going. You know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna be CJE and get lucky as fast as I did, and but at the same time, there's people that can be a hell of a lot better and faster than me. So hey, it is what it is.
uh, in my opinion, one of the most underrated companies right now in BYW matches wise, the entertainment that have product, the restaurant is good, but the product is not like a whole show. It basically just around matches. One like WWT. How you ever heard them?
No, and I know it's pretty weird, but
Cause TDL have been we've been trying to help they out as much as we can and try to build they up. We had upload a couple of our matches onto our channel, try to get a couple of like try to get notice for them, and they in the tournament and they had basically put us out, probably gonna put us out of the tournament for FNW, always promoting that thing for no reason. But the WWT, when I first saw that company, Moneymaker, I saw a young or a new bad read when I started watching that company. I was blown away, and they had like 90 or 100 subscribers, and I was like, man, we gotta do something with them. We gotta help they out somehow, get they some know this as the BYW community. We ain't that known too. TDF ain't, but we want to help out on a company because that, in my opinion, that one of the main points you can do help out people, and why not? Because
yes, and even though that is very nice to help out others, you can't help out others until you help out yourself first. And that's a mistake a lot of us make. A lot of us make, and I'm guilty of it. Uh, because it's just like it's kind of like don't go and clean somebody else's house, especially if you don't clean your own. You know what I mean? That's kind of the logic behind it. It's kind of like if you don't do this for your company, or if your company's not where you want it to be right now, don't lend the hand to somebody else. Because once you lend that hand to somebody else and you see them skyrocket more than you do, you're gonna be pretty pissed. And that hasn't happened to me, but like there's just little things that I did in personal life, not backyard wrestling, but in my personal life, helping people, and then they get a bigger reward than I did just for helping them. Just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like it just makes you upset. So like, make sure, TWF is where you want it first before you lend the hand. It doesn't mean disrespect them. I mean, always wish them good luck and always keep positive energy between you two, but don't bend over backwards to help somebody until you're where you want to be comfortably within YouTube, backyard wrestling, or whatever.
I get it
I get
now.
it now.
We
We
damn, this shit be fucking with me so much. That little, I don't know, it got a little sound thing, but right now we got a pretty good place in my opinion. Right now we want to. I don't know if we're the only, but I know your channel. Y'all do a lot of series like the backyard wrestling fits and the BYW politics.
Yeah.
A lot of those. And right now we ain't trying to base our company off of like series and stuff, but our roster is very slim. We ain't got that many people, but we try to put on a show every week, and we did that for season 3. This year we have I think 20 something episode 3 without stopping. Only reason why we stopped because our main camera broke, and then we couldn't put on a show. But we also put on pay-per-views almost every 3 weeks. Yeah, pay-per-view. And I'm gonna promote that right before I about end this podcast. I'm gonna promote something very special for me and the TDL fan base. Uh, we try to come up with as much series as possible, and we like have you ever heard of a series called Fantasy Call on our
Yes,
channel?
yes, I
Uh,
have.
and like that, the animal he had put so much work into that, and we're happy with season 1. Season 1 already uploaded, done with, and we plan on bringing out a new one and a new season in season 4, I believe, of TWF. And right now, we're doing all we can to help out people and with the series, like trying to get more notice for company. Why? Why? In my opinion, why not? And we also had another series called Fast and Ferocious. We got the BYW Wrestling Moments. We got a show I'm planning on come out with called BYW Today, like a morning talk show. We got the Animal Show talk show gonna come out at some point. Don't know when. We got the Oh Yeah podcast, episode 8, and I got 2 more left before I want to call it quits for season 1. And we got all of this for us, man. I don't know. I think it's because I got a love for BYW, for pro wrestling, whatever you want to call it. I believe my love is so strong. When I be how we call going out of reach to try to get all the guests like you, like Self Maverick, like what's her name, Disaster, like Moneymaker from WWT. Why? It's not for me. It's for the fans, and I'm always hold the fans. Like I'll tell you about the fans. Truthfully, I believe that because if they comment and they want something, we do our best to give it to them. And CJE,
Yeah.
uh, I want to know something. You ain't I'm I'm open for like you want to give me a job for Cameron Jackson Entertainment. I'm wide open.
Well,
That
hey,
was a long
well,
go,
hey,
man.
CJE. I hate to say it like this because it's no disrespect at all to anybody, but
On the right.
we've only ever hired one, not hired because that just sounds too professional. We've only ever utilized the services of one outside person, and that was the disaster from ERW. He hosted the series Welcome to CJE, which is coming back sooner or later. But if anything does just open up, then you'll be the first one I talk to.
If you ever want something for TWL, we will always be open. We always have open ears to hear y'all what you want. If you think we should, what we need to get better at, we always open ears. And CJE, do you got anything to promote for your how you?
Um, UWE does return the 1st of December. Please watch it. If you didn't watch the last one, Drew Hood from VTW had shown up in the UWE arena, and I don't think he's gone yet. So if you haven't checked out Lockdown episode 30, it's already up. Go check on it. And Lockdown episode 31 going up Tuesday, December 1st.
And now it's time for my rootless aggression plug-in and coming in, I believe, 4 weeks. We got our I hate when BYW say that your wrestling company say WrestleMania. Don't put your thing as WrestleMania because that, not in my opinion, nonsense. Uh, but it our big show. So in my opinion, fighting for gold, it gonna hopefully blow away BYW fans, our fans, any company. Hopefully we can get that up in 4 weeks. We had not recorded none of the matches yet, but we got so many planned for that pay-per-view, and it's gonna be a good. I always got a good feeling because we did one of my segments or promos that I've been waiting to do for ever since I began BYW. Uh, and let's sign out with say your catchphrase, camera.
Well, hey, Kid Rick, I thank you for having me on here. Um, After I say this catchphrase is split, I'm gonna go hopefully get in touch with my homeboy Jordan, and I got to do his podcast too. So thank you for having me. It's awesome. Maybe we can talk again sometime, man. Don't be a stranger, man. You're the man, and keep doing what you're doing. TWF will get you to great heights, and you'll get it there too. Just don't give up. Don't ever feel bad. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever stop what you're doing. Always got to keep the pedal to the metal. And if you take the pedal off the metal, then damn, does life slow down. So hey, thank you for having me, and this is coming from the one and only, never lonely, oh so smooth man in backyard wrestling. Thank you. Until next time, brother Cam.
And my name is Mr. Oh Yeah, Mr. Fine for Gold, Mr. Still Your Spotlight, and tonight has been a very special night. We're gonna be signing off for the Oh Yeah show. Peace.
Out.